are at your cell haven, I guess is the word that we're using now. Um, your occult club.
Disgusting.
Yes. You are all discussing the plan for what you're doing with this bird person. You have a general sense of where they might be based off of Caleb and some people's research into where they may be. So we can start with that discussion. But before we do that, I would like everyone to tell me where you are in your cell haven at this time.
I think Rosalind would still be self isolating in her room, kind of focusing on her study. She had like this uh, little mini board set up, like whiteboard she had made to connecting pieces of information for this hunt, and then there's another one that's like off to the side, more hidden away. That's for a different kind of hunt, with the name like Caitlin written on it, has just a bit different pieces of evidence, information kind of lined up on it. That's what she's doing right now.
All right. Bunny. Where is Bunny in the cell haven?
Bunny is snooping around. She's in the haven. She's just looking around.
Oh, I thought
Snooping.
Snooping.
No.
Okay. So you're just there kind of vibing?
I am in my section of the lab, and I am just tinkering with some shit while also checking in quietly on Rosalind every once in a while, making sure that they're not getting too lost in the sauce of whatever little science experiment they're doing.
All right. You do find that Rosalind does every now and then get a little bit too close to probably fading too much into it, but you're able to kind of be like, hey, come back. Sister Stella, where are you in the cell haven?
Uh, I'd like to think Sister Stella really has like the three spots that she super enjoys, and that's the one super comfy chair, and then occasionally bothering she's bothering Rosalind for the I need to talk to somebody that's a little bit more sane. But not completely sane. Crazy in a different way, you know. So we'll say that she's definitely like sitting in her one really comfy chair, and going over any type of possible notes that Rosalind may have given.
Absolutely. So you're all doing this. Rosalind, you are finishing up your research and your current experiment. You note that everyone is around and either sitting around or bothering you. Yeah. And you kind of set your stuff down, put it all away. You collect everyone up who's pretty much just milling about. Please explain to your group the information that they would have gotten from Rosalind.
No, actually, so in order to prepare for this hunt, Rosalind would have like prepared a couple little like documents for them to read, just so it's easier for them, for to everyone to kind of pass them around. One of which would have been information on some electric resistant clothing, something that would be, what to wear during this hunt. Just natural fibers like cotton, wool, silk, or linen. And also maybe if you have any arc rated clothing with fibers, you can wear that too, or gloves or boots. And then also another little document with a like satellite image on it that is indicating a large nesting place in the DAR National Forest, where Rosalind thinks that this hunt should take place. As Rosalind kind of passes those out. We'll just sit down, looking probably very tired. Clearly have not gotten a ton of sleep this weekend or this last week, and just begins saying, "Okay, look, we got the area of where this hunt's going to take place down. We just need to find a way either to draw it out or to find its nest. We can bring the girl over for bait, but if we do, it puts her at risk. So we gotta find out if we're really willing to do that, or should we just try and find its nest?"
I think it might be a good idea if we were to bring her in and use her as bait, but like there's got to be something. I know there are like why is it that people don't get electrocuted when lightning strikes a car?
The car.
Yeah, but why though? There's got to be something involving that,
Well, that's because you're sitting in the interior of the metal car, and then the electricity from the lightning goes from the metal of the car straight into the rubber of the tires and then grounds out into the ground.
All right, so couldn't we put together something like that?
I mean, we'd have to build it, but also more about the fact of having to lug that through the wilderness and not be too obvious that we are hunting this thing down with a giant metal rubber rod. I mean, it's an idea. It's not a terrible one. It's just it might be difficult to do in heavily wooded areas.
Wouldn't you be able to do that with a bunch of chainmail and then some insulated clothing?
Perhaps. I mean, at that point, you could just wear rubber, insulated clothing. At that point, the chainmail.
Well,
that's if you're expecting to get hit by something more physical, or cutting wise.
I mean, more for guiding the electricity, right? It doesn't it follow the easiest path of least resistance? So if you have something around, doesn't it do stuff like that? Wouldn't that work? I'm pretty sure I've seen a YouTube video at one point in time of somebody trying to do a fruit ninja thing, but with lightning and a Tesla coil.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that it's impossible. It's just the practicality of such a thing, and also being able to make it and have the resources to make it. I don't quite think we are, drowning in money or the engineering knowledge to make such a thing. And also, how well would you be able to maneuver and run around while trying to hunt down a flying, lightning-wielding creature?
If we're using somebody as bait, we're not, ideally it's only really to protect the one person. Not all of us need to be in that. Besides, you said, you didn't want to put anybody's life in danger, so if we do something like that, we could have the bait and also not have their life in danger.
The net that I bought is metal. So if anybody has a taser, we could just do that.
You also bought a bunch of rubber outfits, Bunny, just as a reminder.
Oh, that's right. I did buy a rubber outfits too.
And boots.
And with that, I magically pull one of those fashion things that hold the gowns and stuff so that everybody can see the horrendous rubber outfits.
They are in the style of rubber overalls that you would use in a cranberry bog, along with rubbered boots as well.
You can see that picture on the what to wear, because I put that up for everyone. It hurts to look at.
Oh, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Cranberry
These are the
bogs.
overalls you'll see at the cranberry bogs. You guys know how many wolf spiders will crawl up on you when you're working on one of those? It's like hundreds from what I've heard.
Bunny gives a very seeable shudder at that.
No, it's okay. They're mostly friendly. They're just trying to stay out of the water.
I mean, these are pretty good. This could work really well for Jesse. The only other thing I would have to say about the chainmail idea, like I said, it's not a terrible idea or a bad one at that. It's just a couple things around it that makes it a little bit more complicated to do rather than just getting rubber. Because also we have to explain to Jesse why are we making her wear rubber, or I guess, chainmail rubber outfits as opposed to just putting on some overalls and boots.
She's a firefighter. She runs into fires and that stuff. Wouldn't it, I mean, to be honest, wouldn't it just kind of make sense if we explain it to her in the fashion of like, hey, listen, that thing, the lightning that keeps happening around you and striking people, well, we need your help to stop that, and this is going to help us stop that. You want to be a hero, you're a firefighter, just, make it sound like she's being a hero.
Why don't we just tell her it's an evil bird man?
Because she's being watched by Sad. I mean, if they might not be too keen on us sharing information to other people, and if they get a clue that we caught this thing, this evil bird man, they might come knocking on our doors to take it from us. Or, demand information of what happened.
We'll just blame it on those silly creatures out in the woods.
Oh, with the big claws?
The big old claws.
The big grabbers.
Not much they'll be able to do when an entire sadness after them. You know what I mean?
Or we could all just go in. I have a map of the area. We know where it generally is. So we could just go and see. And if we don't find anything, then we can just regroup and then ask her later. But for right now, wouldn't it be better to try and do this without that knowledge and only do it when we need it?
And if it can find its lair know where it's at, it'll be easier to hunt it down. If it's there, we can fight it. And if not, we can wait there. That's probably should be the move we do. I just don't know how familiar each of you are with the wilderness. Kind of eyes linger on Sophie for a little while after saying that.
You don't know how good I am out in the wilderness? Wilderness will eat you up way before it even attempts to eat me. I can tell you that.
We definitely were flirting with something trying to possibly eat us the other day. So let's be honest. I think we're already kind of at that point where we might be close to that.
Trying to eat us. You're just assuming it was trying to eat us.
Obviously, did you see the grabbers on that thing?
Well, just because I ate some grabbers doesn't mean it wants to eat us.
Yeah.
Don't they follow
Secret
like
has
some
grabbers.
form of tenets or something like that? I don't know. Pretty
You're
sure they're
asking the
not.
wrong person. My response is we should eliminate them as soon as possible, but
Oh yeah,
Well,
speaking of those random folks out there, I got some information about one of them.
yeah.
About the hunt or about your walk?
About the walk, since we're on that subject now.
Great.
Listen,
Roger's like jaws clenched like really hard right now, just staring at daggers.
How don't we not give Rosalind an aneurysm and just deal with?
Oh, we sure we
big
want to keep
bird?
that girl a mystery. We don't want to tell Rosalind. You know what? You right. They're already dealing with so much information in their head. I'm pretty sure if we told them anymore, it would pop.
Just
If
a
you want
little
to
bit.
share it now, you can share it now.
Nah, that's okay. We're focused on the Birdman. It can wait till later.
I'm pretty sure I almost saw a blood vessel start to rise in your forehead. I don't think we need to do that to you.
I think that's just their natural heartbeat. I see it pounding away a lot.
Just a deep sigh.
All you see as Sister Stella just as the cross just
back on subject now. Sophie, do you think you can potentially find this thing's lair if we know its general area? Are you confident in your skills in that capacity?
Oh yeah, I'm confident in all my skills in that capacity.
Okay, so we can go there. We'll be prepared for a fight. We will bring everything. Where these
Everything?
this thing, if we come across it in the wild, we should be prepared and not unprepared. Even if it means it might be more difficult to sneak up on it, I'd rather be safe than sorry and have all the equipment we need, rather than it getting the jump on us and then we have nothing to defend ourselves or to fight it with.
I see what you're saying, but don't worry, Rosalind. You won't have to say sorry if you're dead. Don't even have to worry about the sorry part.
And another thing, I want, if we can, it'd be good if we can take this thing captive, because we can do some research into what allows it to do what it does with the weather. We might be able to get something from that, whether that be being able to make it manipulate the weather, or perhaps finding something out about the weather in general, how it's able to manipulate it. Whether the case is there's potential for a scientific breakthrough here. So if we can, I think that would be good. But if it is not possible, go for the kill.
No, that's okay. We'll get a captive. I too would like to see what makes it tick.
If we
My favorite.
can, I'm aiming to kill it. I'd rather us just not die.
But
Well,
that's the priority.
sometimes God gives us a deeper challenge than we think we are ready for, but you must remember that at the end of the day, God will never give you a challenge that you cannot overcome.
Of course.
And that challenge today is making sure that we kept Shuri alive. For Rosalind's
Sure.
little freaky science experiments. Because we stand our friends and compatriots.
I'm gonna focus on making sure none of us die.
All right, you do that.
I like that. We'll focus on finishing the hunt first and foremost, and it would be a nice bonus if we can take this thing in. So we have the iron net should do really well because iron should be able to conduct the electricity if it tries to use it to break itself free. Do we have anything else in preparation for this hunt? Because lightning is not the only thing it can use. It might use some other extreme weather against us. Do we have anything else for preparation?
I have absolutely no idea. Besides,
Well, we got a map of the area, a map of the hunting area, the rubber outfits, and the net. And then we have all our weapons that we always have, plus 2 bombs.
We should be isolated enough to where explosives can be an option. So we should keep that on the table here. We're not going to be incredibly close to civilization.
Yeah, and I can make all sorts of stuff on the spot.
You make like a taser so that we can electrocute it?
I'm not sure about using electricity.
Yeah, I don't know if we should try to electrocute the electric bird man.
Yeah, I mean, we know what fire and bullets are not particularly effective against it, if memory serves correct. So we might have to find something else. Lightning would be an obvious another resistance this thing has, but I doubt the blunt force trauma of a explosive will be particularly effective or resistant to. If it is like a bird, its bones might be brittle due to needing to be able to fly, but we don't know if it adheres to those laws or not.
so we have nets, we've got rubber gloves and whatnot. How about they just, if we're able to capture it with a net, how about I just wail on it until it stops moving?
That is the plan, is try and hold me and stop it from moving around so you be able to bludgeon it to unconsciousness or death, and the rest of us who are not so gifted physically can shoot at it or throw explosives at it. One of those two.
Say, do you have tranq darts? And a gun?
I mean, if it's resistant to bullets, it might be difficult to use tranq darts, and if it's able to manipulate the winds, it might be difficult to shoot a dart at it, but then we don't know the proper dosage we need to take it down.
Well, put enough for an elephant.
If we manage to damage the skin enough and break it open, we can just stab the needle right on in there.
I mean, I have sedatives for, people that I would have, in my medical lab. I can grab some of that we can use and just give an incredibly high dosage. I'm not walking around with, I don't have anything stronger than that. So I'll grab some of that. For something that's presumably the size of a man, we'll probably stop its heart if we do that, but...
You know what I think would be a good idea?
What's that?
When we catch it with the net and we force it down, we should also put some like rubber blankets over it, something insulating so that it can cancel out whatever lightning strike or whatever he tries to move on us.
I mean, do you have one?
They're easy enough to get. You can just go to Home Depot or something. Maybe Lowe's.
For a rubber blanket?
An insulating rubber blanket, yeah. You never heard of them?
I mean, they are a thing, not making it up for once, but it's... if we have the money.
Yeah.
We have the money for it. Anyone have... They go for like $200, $150, $200. Anyone have that ready to spend? I don't quite have the cash. Most of mine goes into, stocking the lab.
Does Bunny have enough?
No.
Okay, I just needed to know. Because I have been getting a good income.
If you are to all pool your money, you would have enough.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so we'll get the insulating blanket. I'll grab sedatives from my lab, and I'll grab enough for about two men. I think will be fair. I don't want to just kill the thing by stopping its heart. This is the goal, to slow it down. Even if it just slows it down, it's still good. It'll eventually succumb to it at some point if it follows normal functions.
Well, it is a bird man, so at least half of it is going to be working the way it's supposed to.
I mean, that's part of the experiment here, and we'll see if it follows the normal functionality of living creatures. If this does work, then we'll know some more information. But anyone else have anything else they'd like to say? Because I think we have our plan now, which is to rely on Sophie to track down his thing or find its lair in the area. Then if that doesn't work, we use Jesty as bait. Do we have anything else we want to bring up? It sounds like nothing then. Then I'll get all my stuff ready and should be good to head out in a few, 20, 30 minutes. And Rosalind will gather up the paper and presumably grab a rubber outfit, which they look with a little bit of disdain as they go to change into that and get ready for this hunt.
Okay. You all collect up, grabbing the items that you wish to grab. You hop into the pink group van that you all have. And you make your way to the DAR National Forest, of which some of you have already been to. You all park into the parking lot area that, again, some of you are familiar with. And you follow the pathway and the trail that both Bunny and Rosalind believe this potential nest area is. As you come upon the area circled on the map, you do see some trees that have gnarled together and kind of hold some sort of sticks and stuffing and things that birds have collected over time to seemingly have made a large nest of some kind. But again, it is higher up in the tree belt.
I'll look over to Sophie and Stella, look up to the nest. Are either of you good at climbing trees?
Oddly, yes.
All right, Sister Shell, I'll be praying for you.
I hope that I won't need it. What do you need me to roll for climbing this tree?
So this is going to be a strength and athletics.
Rather than just staring at you climbing in these fuck ass overalls, hands behind her back, kind of just staring up, waiting for results.
Is there anything else I can add to this? I don't believe so.
You are Faith. Can you read
Marshall.
You're Marshall. You are doing... No, it's not direct to the creature.
Okay.
So
cool.
no.
I think it's any physical... I believe it's any physical
read
conflict,
it.
right? Any physical action.
You and I have had this conversation many times, Jay.
Oh, the faithful. That's the other one.
Hold on, I'm getting the book. The book.
Physical
rules.
conflict on the hunt, while which need not be with the quarry itself, or even supernatural.
If you rage danger by climbing a tree, I will cry. It will be so sad.
Oh, that is a reminder. You guys are at 2 danger.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's our
then-
desperation at right now?
What to say? I've got 7 dice for this. I don't know why I'm trying to pull
Well,
for
you
more.
can use
but...
desperation on this. You guys are at 2 desperation, so 2 dice.
Okay, we'll do it. I just want to see. Woo! Critical 4 successes.
Okay, all right. It's a bit of a struggle for you to climb this. Certainly not like the best looking. Your skirt, your nun outfit is definitely like bunching up a little bit, even with the like overalls if you are wearing them. So
Yes.
so it's a little awkward. You know, your feet are getting caught on the nun dress. But you make your way up slowly, steadily, with minimal issue. Do you climb all the way up to the nest?
Yes, but as I'm struggling, the closer I get to the top, the more I'm like, all right, how do I do this without being too loud? Kind of thoughts, but
Okay. So you try to be a little bit quieter. You pull up kind of onto some of the nesting stuff, and you do kind of like break away some of it because it's not all like stuffed in there. Not enough to make any concerning noises or anything like that. But as you climb up and look over the nest, you see that there are 3 eggs. They are large, almost the size of ostrich eggs.
all right, and there's nothing like sleeping or whatnot. It's just kind of unattended right now.
It looks currently unattended, yes.
Hey, there's 3 eggs. I can probably get 1 down, but the other 2 I'm going to throw off the side of the nest. So
Bunny will try and grab one as it's falling down.
okay, good luck.
What?
This is gonna be the
What does use
equivalent
insling?
of a quarter coming down the fucking skyscraper.
Why don't we just roll out the insulating blanket and use that to catch the eggs?
Whatever you want to do, just do it quick, because I haven't told you this, but I think I'm scared of heights.
Sister Shell, if you're afraid of heights, then why did you volunteer to climb up the tree?
Honestly, I haven't been this high before, So this is a new experience for me on this front.
This is a
All
slow
right, well,
turn to
I guess you'll shoot
Sophie
this
and
blanket
Bunny.
ready.
All right. So
Come on,
people grab.
Rosalie, you're gonna actually have to put some physical oomph into it this time.
Bunny will take one end and already start pulling. So hopefully, where they're pushing the egg out of the nest.
I'm just like waving the blanket in Rosalind's face, like trying to get them to just grab it.
Just
Why
Come on,
would?
Rosalind.
Why do you want me to grab it?
Because
you're
you
not
need to help
capable.
us.
I was gonna
No,
stand on
you
the
need to
side
help
to make
us.
sure none of them fall out. If any of them start
Just
to
what-
bounce or to fall
guys-
out, I'll catch it. I'm much better at that than holding a blanket with strength. I'm much more agile. I'll catch
Okay,
them if
whatever
they
you
want
would-
to bounce out.
All
Just
right, well, if
pick
you need these egg
something.
breaks, it's your fault.
Okay.
I'll stretch out the blanket
So,
with Bunny.
Sister Stella, you are going to make a dex and athletics to toss them.
Alrighty.
And then
So 6.
my blanket holders can make a strength and athletics to try and ensure you catch it without it cracking.
6. This is a physical thing. Yeah, so use a desperation.
Yes.
Why
Yep.
not? It'll be fine.
I was gonna. Can I give the help die to Bunny specifically?
You literally said you weren't helping.
No, I said I am helping
It's
because I'm
true.
standing on the side to essentially, if any of them go to bounce out or like roll out, I
So
was
you're
going
gonna
to catch
stand
it.
near
Like I was
Bunny,
gonna,
and if it bounces, you'll like catch near Bunny.
yeah, like stand towards the middle, like inside, closer to Bunny, and then that's my whole goal is to help
All right,
make sure they don't fly out the blanket.
Bunny, you may have a help die. Whoa, that is a lot of
Okay.
successes.
Wouldn't that Wouldn't
Yeah,
that
8
also-
successes, critical.
wouldn't they also end up helping me though? Because I'm also holding onto the blanket.
No, because they specified they're doing it near Bunny.
And maybe make me happy next time. I'll give
Howard.
you some help.
Fucking-
You're the one that needs to be making me happy. Not the other way around.
Whoa, on camera, guys, look at this.
Sweet. You're gonna find out later.
Not in front of the audience, Kitten Whiskers. You can't say that.
Daddy's working.
Not now, Kitten
And-
Whiskers. Daddy
That's
is
saying it.
busy.
I'm not cutting that.
Oh God, yeah. No,
That's
Daddy
gonna
will
be the
discuss this
beginning of this
later.
episode.
call yourself in the third
Oh,
person. That's
no.
gonna go great with the audience.
5 success.
Okay.
Wait, you got a success?
5.
Oh, okay, I was
Success.
scared. I was like, no.
I got 5 successes with a crit.
Okay.
You don't need no man.
I don't need no man. I'm a strong, independent woman.
You
The power of God and anime on my side.
you all watch as Sister Freya, in her deceptively covered muscular
Stella.
arms, just shush the fucking eggs just down straight into the tarps. You are able to catch the 2 of them without them cracking. And then Freya, you said Stella, you were saying that you were holding one.
Yeah, just just one of those things, just kind of holding on, and then one hand go down.
Okay, here's the problem. You need a dex and athletics with a -2 penalty.
That's fine,
Okay.
I'm
And technically,
more
you
than
can
okay
use
with
desperation again as well.
and I will.
Damn, I was really
For a
hoping
total
you
of
failed
6
that one.
successes.
God damn. I was
Oh,
really...
wait a second. Hold up. With
No,
mine,
everything's fine.
What's the?
Everything's fine. Nope,
Everything's fine?
nope, everything's fine.
Okay, I didn't mess up. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure.
Hold on, let me check, because that was too quick of
I'm
a
not
little
looking.
conversation.
I'm not even looking.
Technically,
at
it should be
I don't know where
one
you guys
less
are
die
going.
if it's a -2.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Which,
I'll just take
even
away
then,
the
you could
Well,
just.
come on.
Yeah, I'll just take away the non-desperation too. Okay.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
All right. So, with that, you are again. It's a little slow going, especially with the egg. The egg.
Egg.
As you
The egg.
climb yourself down one-handed. Quite an impressive feat. In a
While like
fucking
Stella's climbing down, I like to imagine while Stella's
No
climbing
fit.
down, like Rosalind looks to Bunny and Sophie and just like, is it also strange to either of you that apparently Stella has not been on a something as high as a tree before?
Well,
They've
to
not
be
been that
fair,
high
this is a
ever.
pretty high tree.
yeah,
And
these are
she's
like a
large
nun.
trees.
There are nuns.
Still looking up at
Nuns
them.
are meant to stay grounded.
I'd like to imagine halfway down, there's a moment where she's just like, I wonder if I could do this. And she just does like a one-arm pull-up. Then continues down.
All right. That
Look at
right
her, she's
there,
doing this
I
fine.
don't think she's that afraid.
You know what? This is overcoming adversity, something that you are not well known in, Rosalind, but that's okay. We got you. This is what it looks like for somebody to become stronger, to overcome their weaknesses. I know it's a foreign subject to you.
Okay, Nisha, you can settle down on the physical challenge, making the perfect human.
Suddenly a soapbox appears and Sophie tries to start a sermon.
No, but something else sudden does happen.
No.
I would like to remind everyone that you are currently in wintertime, so you are technically trudging through snow. Now up here, it's been
Oh, so the blizzard.
about -2 degrees. It now feels like it's about -20.
Oh, we're gonna have to worry about exploding trees here pretty soon.
I think
Great.
we'll have to worry more about dying of hypothermia first. That is true.
No,
Mechanically-
I don't know about that because exploding trees are actually pretty common.
Not in New England, only in the Midwest. All dex attempts will be made at a -2 penalty. Because your bones are frigid. It's so cold. It's getting down into your bones and it's finding it harder to walk.
I
Oh
definitely
wow,
think that-
that's so crazy because it says right here that exploding trees can occur in New England, especially around
gonna move
below
on
20
from
Sophie,
this
put your
news.
phone down. Put your phone down. Anyway, I think we're definitely caught the attention of this thing. I don't think that temperature drops this sudden are very normal. It's in line of what it does. We need to keep an eye out for it hiding nearby.
It begins to slowly snow. It's the big puffy snows. They're coming down slow. They're not certainly like a blizzard storm, but it does begin to snow. Was not something that was on the forecast this morning.
I think the thing's getting close.
Can you see anything from your? Like, Stella's still climbing down. Or they finished climbing.
Yeah, they're
Definitely
there.
finished by now.
Oh, okay, I was. Rosalind was gonna ask if Stella could see anything from their position of higher up, but then realized they're already down. So it's kind of moot there. But we'll just say, okay, can anyone see anything nearby? And just kind of like looking, like Rosalind's trying to look, but their glasses are getting now like there's snow getting on them a little bit. There's very thick glasses. This is very clear that Rosalind's just not very good at seeing shit.
If anyone would like to look, you can make a wits awareness test with a -1 penalty.
Can I use the desperation? Or is that not a moment?
You're faithful?
Yes.
Any direct conflict, physical, social, or mental with the supernatural? Yes.
You said, what's awareness?
With a -1 penalty, so leave one die out.
Minus the dice. Gotcha, okay.
Can I give a help die?
Who are you giving it to? Who's your favorite?
I'm gonna give it to Sister Stella because I know that they have
Aw.
a bigger pool.
I only have 4 dice for that.
Yeah, we learned that you had the bigger pool
Oh no!
the last game. Yeah.
4 successes.
I got 3 successes.
I don't know what this was. That was very confusing to me.
It was 3. It was me going
Even the
like
other
this,
hands were,
3,
like,
and then
confusing me.
remembering
Anyways,
because I wanted to make sure it was seen, and then I realized I could just talk,
that's valid.
and I can just do that.
Yep. All right. So, Sophie, you look up into the sky, trying to find out what this creature is. You do see a shadow of a creature out in the snow, up in the air, but other than that, you can't really make where it could be. Sister Stella, as you are also attempting to look for this creature, you see again, it's kind of shadowed figure of itself. It's still a little hard, but you can see more of an outline of this creature. But it is still like kind of hard to make out.
I think we should find a spot to hide.
Okay. But I'm gonna give you the net because you can throw it better.
Okay.
That's gonna be an athletics and strength for a throwing. Is that correct?
For the metal net, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I have an idea. I think what we should do is one of us should make it known that we have its egg, and then yeet that shit up in the air so it comes swooping down, and then they can throw the net on it.
Oh my god! I want to do it. I want to do it.
You want to
Maybe
throw
not.
the egg, or you want to try and bait this thing to us?
Both.
Here's the egg. Here's one of the eggs.
I guess we will be testing how cognate it is. We don't know what level of sentience it has, so we'll see how aware it is. And just Rodlin's gonna take a couple steps back. Actually, probably huddled next to Sophie, strangely enough, but it's just because it's really fucking cold and just need body warmth from other people. So it's just kind of like staying close, but still kind of like, but maybe like pushing Sophie to move away from these two for a moment so we don't get struck by lightning.
Rosalind, you look pretty cold. Here, why don't you have one of these? And I'll reach into my bag and grab out like little hand warming heat packs
Absolutely.
and break one, shake it a bit, and hand it over.
Feels like peak.
Rosalind will take it, kind of hold on to it tightly. Did you? It's just kind of like thinks for a moment, like that's a pretty good idea. Normally, I just give these to people with joint problems in their hands, and kind of like will hold it tightly as it kind of moves away a little bit.
Wait,
Alright,
what do you
so-
mean? What do you mean about that?
Pain. People have pain in their hands. I give them.
Well, yeah, I understand. I understand having joint problems, but what do you mean you're just passing them out to people with joint problems?
My patients, the people that I take care of, if they have those pains, I recommend it to them.
You take care of patients?
This is not the time to have this conversation. Move. Let's go.
All right.
Well, all right.
Bunny, are you literally just tossing this egg up into the air? Is that
No.
okay?
Bunny's gonna go a little bit away from the tree so that she's more out in the open.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna hold up the egg with like a very triumphant smile.
Are you using your experimental medicine?
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, I thought so.
Does that work with that?
It gives you 2 extra dots in charisma, and you are trying to get this creature to attack you and not anyone else.
Then, yes.
So you need to make a stamina and medicine. And I gotta look up what this fucking thing does again.
Stamina.
Good thing I made the freezing temp of this medicine
Stamina?
incredibly low, so it's fine.
Where's the stamina?
It's the third bar down on the physical traits. God, get it together.
Drive, intimidation, investigation.
Nope. Attributes.
Oh, there it is. Wait, don't I use my charisma too?
You will after you make this edge test.
Fine. I have no medicine. Does somebody want to give me medicine?
Does someone want to help?
Sure, I'll
I
give you
guess
some
I will
medicine.
help. I will help to tell you how to
Everyone
use your
can help.
medicine.
Everyone can help if they
Yeah.
have medicine.
Yeah, there you go. Now you get some help.
I did
Wait,
not.
Even I know how your medicine works.
The procedure uses an aesthetic component to boost the hunter's ability. One of the hunter's attributes is increased by 2. Yeah. And you chose charisma. So you have a fucking 6
I did.
die pool for your fucking charisma. 6 and then your persuasion. So more. Jesus Christ. And they developed a weakness common to mundane things. So you will gain another weakness by doing this.
Ooh, do I want that?
Or you've already said you're doing it, so.
Oh, well, it's
It's
too late now
happening.
then.
Gain a weakness to snow, immediately explodes.
Like the tree.
Tree.
No.
It is a good temperature for exploding trees.
It's good explain away.
Specifically, -20. Which
Alright,
is
ready?
That's
when
funny with the tree this
exploding
whole time.
trees happen most.
All right. So, Bunny, please explain to me how both Sophie and Rosalind help you monstrously enhance yourself.
Well, Rosalind definitely sticks me with something before I leave.
I'm like in my bag, like looking around. I'm holding on to the medicine for some reason because I'm like, I don't trust you to use it, which is fair because you have your dot's medicine. So I grab the needle, start preparing it. As I'll look over to Sophie. I'll just say, can you hold the arm still? So that it will make it easier for me to eject the needle.
Yeah, I can do that. You make sure you use this vein right here. And Sophie will just like fiddle her thumb over Bunny's inner elbow. And she'll look up at Bunny and look her right in the eye and be like, it's okay. We're going to take a deep breath together and we'll do this on 3, okay? You can squeeze my hand if it hurts.
Bunny is just doing it to placate her because Bunny has done this many times. She has no idea why Sophie is doing this, but she's going to play along to help her through this.
That's right, Rosalind. Nice and easy now.
For her sake, not yours.
Yeah, then stick him with the charisma enhancing drugs. As
Alright,
you know,
and
I don't know
then-
how that works.
And then, Bunny, what did you roll for your stamina medicine?
Fast success.
Okay. As the injection flows through your veins, you start to slightly grow a little bit more, and your skin begins to glow slightly. You've almost become something of a beacon at this time.
I just radiate warmth, really.
Yes. And in fact, if anyone stands close to Bunny, you do become warmer.
Bunny, you are so warm right now. Let me just cozy on up to you real quick.
But Bunny,
Okay,
you
now
wish
go.
to move a little bit away from everybody and then chuck the egg up, correct?
With a triumphant smile and be like, yes, and throw it up.
Okay. Go ahead and
actually have it stay pretty close to me too.
okay.
So that the bird has to get pretty high.
Yep. So I need 2 rolls from you. I need a charisma and persuasion with your 2 extra dots.
5 success.
Okay. And then I need you to make a strength and athletics for throwing this egg.
If you do fuck it up, we're all watching you. We'll laugh.
How fluffy is the snow? Is it going to catch the egg safely at this height?
It probably would.
Well, I'd say it's so fluffy in the parks.
Ooh.
So much so you guys probably didn't even need the tarp.
4 success.
I heard you, Sophie. I ignored you.
I did not hear you.
All right. Guess I just won't play for the rest of the night.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Bunny, you throw it up into the air. It throws pretty far up. Certainly not to Sister Stella's standards, but it is probably about halfway of Sister Stella's strength. Gets there, and you do see a flash of a creature swoop in and grab one of these eggs. Those who have the net, I believe, was Sister Stella, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
This is your chance.
Perfect. Strength athletics?
Yes, please.
Gotcha. Okay.
You might want to use desperation for this too, because it'd be cool.
I will.
Epic and awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, until everything goes wrong.
Everything's gonna go right. Don't say anything like that. Come on, don't worry about it.
Yeah, we're gonna catch it on the first.
All right, so we're going to spend a willpower for
Can I
certain.
help? Is there any way to help?
If we're all holding on a little bit to the net, we all throw it together.
No, just help aim or something. I don't know.
Nope.
All right.
So much for
Can
a
I-
working together game.
Can I? Okay, it's not letting me select specific
Literally
dice.
one note. There should be a select
You just click-
reroll to the second one. It should allow you to select from there.
That's what I'm
No.
clicking on, but it's
Oh.
not letting me select specific dice
Yeah.
for some
That
reason.
sucks.
Sometimes
I guess I'll just
it has
roll
problems.
3 dice.
You can also just click
And then
reroll
we'll-
failures, and it'll reroll 3 of your failures.
Oh, okay. We'll just do that then. Hey, 5 successes. That's
Okay.
better.
You. Oh. Sophie
What's
has
happening?
heard something in the woods and has run away. Sorry. No. You toss the net. It does seem to catch the creature, but the creature does seem to kind of stay in the air for longer. It's definitely lower. You guys could probably try and grab it if you wanted to, but it's certainly not on the ground yet.
You'll see as Sister Stella, like, right after throwing it is... I'm not sure if there's, like, a tree or something she's able to kind of, like, try to run up and then jump off of to, like, grab a hold of this net and yank it down, but that's what she's going to try to do.
Okay. Go ahead and give me, I'll do, you can choose either dex or strength and athletics for your tree jump.
Okay, I'm definitely going to do strength. And keep that desperation going.
Bunny would also like to try and grab onto it as well to bring it down a little bit further.
Okay, give me a strength and athletics. Ooh, you're losing your strength there, Stella.
For real. It's jelly. It's jelly. Listen, 3
I wanna
isn't
give
bad, so...
Can I give the help die to Bunny? Like, I imagine I'm not
Yes.
strong enough to particularly do great, but I just kind of like grab onto whatever, like to the bunny essentially, and just try and do both our body weights to hold it down.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Bunny, you get 1 extra die.
Sweet.
Can I also help in some way, shape, or form?
You get 2
Be
extra
it-
die.
We start the human chain.
I'm here, but not here. But I am here. I'm sorry. Something happened. But I'm here.
All good.
4 success.
Anything else?
Okay.
And
You're. How do I explain this? Give me 1 moment.
you're all dead. You all get struck by lightning, dead instantly. 20 ag damage.
No. Both Bunny and Freya are able to grab onto the net hanging down off this bird. However, you both are not strong enough to keep it down, and it pulls both of you with it into the air.
Oh,
Great.
perfect. Dagger, and I'm gonna stab this thing.
All right.
Yeah, I'd like to shoot it.
Okay. So, Sister Stella, that is going to be a what is that? Strength and melee. Shooting for Sophie is going to be a composure and firearms. Yes, you can use your
6
aiming
successes.
specialty.
I'd like to. Thank you.
6 successes. There we go. There's the
Do
Stella
it.
that we know.
I would
Right.
also like to shoot it.
Point blank.
Point blank.
Okay.
I'm sure this end well. So Rosalind just sees like grabbed onto Bunny and then slipped off as Bunny and Sophie or Stella just fly off. As I will rummage in my bag really quick and pull out the sedatives that I prepared, as I'm going to hold it ready. I know
no.
these two will get it down somehow, and I'm gonna have this ready to yank it and stab it into it to knock it out. So essentially, I'm just preparing for it to fall so I can stab it in real quick.
Okay.
I'm very consistent tonight for success.
Okay.
I got 9
I
successes.
wish it was
and a
more.
crit.
Woo. Okay. As the dagger punctures into this creature, you do find that it's got some sort of hard-skinned shell, so it does take a lot of force to get in there, but you do get in there and stab it deep into its wherever it is you are holding onto it. Bunny, you attempt to shoot point blank. It doesn't really have the ability to move away, so you are able to shoot it, but you shoot it in a way where it just nicks it. And then I do need Sister Stella and Bunny to try and make a dex and stamina and athletics to attempt to avoid the ricochet bullet.
Stamina and athletics.
Yes, please.
Righty. I'd be able to use the desperation for this, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
How would
give it a
my
shot.
desperation be used?
What is your creed?
Entrepreneurial?
Power.
Building, investing, augmenting, or repairing while on the hunt. You could have used it for your augmentation of yourself, but no, not in this situation.
Great. Okay. Great.
2 successes.
Oh no.
It's all right. It's okay. I'm just gonna have some. I'm gonna have some fodder for them. No, it's okay. Don't shoot me again.
Three success.
Oh, okay. So, Sister Stella and Bunny, you do find that you are hitting the ground with your feet. You're able to stabilize enough, but you will both be taking some damage from the bullet. But the creature does seem like it has been punctured enough to where it's down and it's caught in the net and it's trying to rise through the net, but it can't because it's so hurt. So it is still alive as well. Let's
Mhm.
see. Bunny, you are going
Uh,
to. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay. Bunny, you are going to be taking 2 ag damage. Sister
That's
Stella,
2 X's.
yes. You will be taking 3 ag.
Gotcha. Tap my health pool.
Wait, what about my shot?
That was your shot.
The 9 with the crit?
It ricocheted off of the creature.
It did
It didn't go
with
through
more
or
than it was
anything?
resistant a bullet.
It hit the creature.
So how did it ricochet off? Did it
It's
get in? Did it go through?
Yeah.
Oh, magic. Supernatural powers.
Certain things that this creature
I
has.
I would like to grapple this thing and possibly break its arms.
Did it damage it at all?
Oh yeah, it's down on the ground. It's kind of writhing a little bit. It's stuck in the net. It's definitely something in a way where you've captured it. I can't speak. You've captured the creature.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to like, let's, what's just Rosalind would like run up and would just say like, hold it down as Rosalind prepares to inject this thing with the sedatives, hoping that, like, if noticing Freya starts trying to bend his arm in the wrong way, like, just wait, let's try this first, and then you can break its arm. If you break its arm, it might die from shock.
Okay, fine. Just stab it where I stabbed it, because otherwise it's just gonna bend the needle tip.
Yeah, it's just gonna try and use the previous damage I already had to try and inject a nice little,
All right.
that sedative in there.
Go
Yummy.
ahead and
I'll
give
help.
me intelligence medicine.
I do still
Hey.
want to like properly
Can I help?
grapple it
Yep.
to make it easier for them.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Can I
So,
help?
yes, you may help. Sister Stella. I keep wanting to call you Sister Freya. God damn it. Sister
I
Stella.
understand.
Sister Stella,
Dark Souls reference.
give me a strength and brawl. If you have a grappling specialty, you may use it.
Yes.
Yes, Sophie can help in the medicine department with Rosalind if she wishes. Jesus.
I will use a willpower. 7 successes.
Okay.
Choose my fate.
Yes!
Oh, which one?
Yes!
Which one? How does this work?
So let me explain this to you.
I think overreach sounds more fun to give you more fodder with.
That's
So
valid.
Whoa, whose side are you on, Sister Stella? Do we need to have a little
I'm-
conversation?
Sister Stella, you are able to bind this creature to make it so it cannot move. It is essentially excessively captured. It won't be able to move. It can't move to the point where I'll even make it so you can bring it to the car with no issue. It will not struggle. It's essentially unconscious at this time with the amount that you've harmed it and kind of grappled it to, unconsciousness, essentially. And then Rosalind, you inject the creature, and you believe that you've successfully tranquilized this creature, not that Sister Freya has subdued it with her strength.
just buff none.
But it is essentially unconscious.
No, it was really the strength.
It is unconscious. You are able to maneuver it to the car if you wish. There is no one around, so it is very easy for you guys to make the go of getting this creature secretly into your car.
All right, now time to get back to the cages.
Is anybody else wondering how the eggs hatch if it makes things colder? Don't they like need warmth most of the time, like eggs do?
Maybe they just sit there for a long time on top of the eggs, keep it nice and warm.
Yeah, that's the best option. We'll talk about this later after we find more information. I'll be able to study its sexual organs to see what kind of reproduction it can do.
And then after that, we'll be able to have one of those egg omelets.
Okay.
So Naps, don't look at me like that when I say studying his sexual organs like it's weird. What? Why you gotta make it weird?
It's fucking, it apropos because Marilyn is starting in anatomy and physiology, and she literally has creatures in our fridge.
I did that
to
dissection
dissect.
today.
Yeah. So, all right. You all head back to the safe house. We will start with the vignettes. We are starting with Rosalind and Sophie to obtain or potentially obtain cages.
Yeah, so how it was discussed is that Rosalind would create the logistics of it, and then Sophie would do like the physical act of welding it together.
And you would get the +1 bonus for having like a design of it and kind of blueprinted.
But Sophie can definitely put her 2 cents in. And if it's too hard for Rosalind, Sophie can make it.
If you want to make the design, I can make the design. I just can't build it. That 0 dots crap. I can do everything up to the point of actually making it. Then I'm fucked.
Yep. So essentially, you're
an
giving help
engineer
die to Sophie.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
All right. Yes, you are able to make the cages. You get 2 cages.
2 is all I need.
Moving on. Our next vignette is with Bunny. Bunny, you would like to go and see Gerard Puckins, your main drug dealer.
Yes.
All right. Where do you meet him?
I'd probably spend like half an hour driving in semi-circles to end up in this weird warehouse that he's renovating out of.
Okay. You do so easily. It's probably a routine that you've done before. You enter into the area that you know he's at, and he is there. He looks like he is setting up some more drugs to be packaged.
Cool. Bunny will definitely announce her presence to him with, I don't know, some type of code phrase that they had given her.
Okay. He kind of lifts his head up. I says, "Ah, Bunny, you're here."
Yeah, I am. And I got news for you.
Okay.
Apparently, there's this new dealer going around. His name is like Artha Kin or something.
Okay. All right. You know what he's selling?
Selling? Do I know what he's selling? Or
No,
did I not
you were
find that
not
one
given
out?
that. You just were told that he's becoming very popular.
I'm not sure, but whatever he's selling, it's becoming very popular with other people.
All right. I'll get that checked out and see if we can't make a conversation happen with this Eartha Kin.
And then I'll pick up my usual drug supply that I need to get and be on my way.
All right. So that is your vignette. And the last vignette, Rosalind. You received some intriguing information and wanted to check out the history of the occult club's room, seeing what it may have been before or even what the building used to be. So you head to the library to try and obtain some history books based solely on the college itself. in looking for the specific history of the college, I'm going to have you roll an intelligence and investigation.
Intelligence. So could it potentially be academics with my specialty in research?
Yes, I will allow that as well.
Yay! I like having more dice.
You also can use your desperation for this as well.
Well, you really want to give me danger past 3, huh? Yeah, no, I think I'm good. I think I'm good, Naps. I think ace dice will be plenty enough, and I'll even use a willpower. 7 successes. Don't need it.
All right. You are searching around in the general sections of the library. They don't hide books. There's no restriction section in any sense of the words, but you do find quite a few dusty books, ones that either just haven't been used or aren't common, and some that look like they've probably been misplaced as well. And you grab quite a few of them. There's about 5 or 6, and all of them are depictions of different years of the college, and even before the college was even created at the time. You scroll through the books, scanning them, really delving into any information you can about your specific room. You come upon one of the sections in one of these older books where the building is being built. And before you can read that section, you get whacked in the back of the head.
The very intent, like, I just immediately turn to look over and just, who do you think you are? And, like, goes to see who smacked.
You do not see anyone there.
It's just a kind of moment sitting there staring, kind of eyes narrowed down a little bit. You know, knowing they're not very good at, noticing things. But she'll still kind of like take a look around, see if there's, anything noteworthy, I guess.
All right. Go ahead and give me either a wits awareness or a wits investigation if you're looking further.
I'll do wits investigation. That's 1 more dice. That like doubles my dice pool. I go from 1 to 2. Watch this. I'll use another willpower, 'cause then I'll be able to regain it all back by next session. 1 success!
You are looking around the area. You don't see any individuals. You don't see any like loose books or anything. But as you were kind of still scanning around, you've moved away from the table. You turn back around to go back to the table and just kind of sit and ponder what's happened to you. And there's a book flying in your face. And you can make a Dex Athletics to attempt to dodge.
Why you haunted me, Nabs? Hold on, I'll get it. That's gonna be 4 dice for me. Let's see what I can get. Oh god, do I want to start delving into having willpower damage in next session? You know what, why not? I don't want to get hit in the face with a book. 4 successes crit.
Okay. The book misses you, and you recognize there is nothing holding that book, and it drops to the ground, and it opens up.
I'm going to take a look inside the book, see kind of what page it landed on.
Certainly. You look at it, and there is an excerpt in the page that has opened, and it is, again, about the same room number that you were about to read about. It is a journal entry of some type.
What does it say?
There is an entire excerpt that is dated from October 17th, 1963.
So what was the date again? Sorry.
October 17th, 1963. And it reads, I am writing this during my lunch period, though I should be grading arithmetic exams. The room is quiet now, but I never truly feel empty anymore. I have begun keeping this record in hopes that putting this occurrence to paper will make them feel less intrusive, perhaps even rational. I will also be sending this to you. It began shortly after the autumn term started. At first, it was the usual complaints of an aging building, creaking rafters, drafts sneaking beneath the windows despite being nailed shut years ago. The radiator in the far corner rattles like it is attempting to speak, but maintenance assures me it is simply trapped air. Last Tuesday, I erased the chalkboard at the end of the day. I am certain of this. I recall distinctly because Harold Benson had written an unsavory word behind the multiplication tables, and I scrubbed it thoroughly. When I returned the following morning, the boarding was covered in numbers, long division problems written in a hard, far neater than any student I have ever taught. The numbers were correct. Until the final line of an equation, every answer was wrong by 1 digit. That is what it reads.
Wrong by 1 digit. The Rosalind and deep thought, considering if this is just some random, creative writing, or perhaps ravings of someone who is trying to find patterns in something that doesn't exist, or maybe there's something more to this, as will do one last little glance over shoulders before grabbing the book, kind of keeping it on themselves, and just say out loud, look, anyone here nearby? You kind of in a quieter voice, actually, will say, anyone nearby who threw this? And just hope for a response.
You hear something being written on a chalkboard.
I would go to where I hear the noise, go to the chalkboard, if there's one nearby.
There is. You have to turn a corner to get to it, and when you turn that corner, the noise does stop, and you see a long division problem in the same way that it was written in the note, where the last solution is off by 1 number.
What number is it off by? The same digit, or is it different numbers?
It is just a long division problem. So the note or the script that you wrote just said that there was a long division problem, multiples of them on the board, that each one of them was was wrong by 1 digit. And it seems to have done it.
Well,
again.
I want to try and calculate the problems, get it correct, and see if I can tell anything by how off they're off by, or at least maybe write down the actual correct solutions.
Mm-hmm. In doing the long division, fairly easy for Rosalind to do without needing to really roll. The number written down is 46 as the solution number. The correct number should have been 47.
Okay. That's is it just one, or is it multiple of these numbers?
It's just the one.
So off by 1 for 46. If I erase and write down 46, does something happen?
Please, you are out of willpower, correct?
No, I'm not. I have a decent amount, but I am currently... Sorry, let me check. I have 2 boxes left unchecked.
All right. I need you to roll composure and the rest of your willpower.
Not cool, bro. Not cool. All right, that's going to be 5 dice. Do I use the willpower on the thing that's trying to drain my willpower?
You can't use willpower
Probably.
on this roll.
Oh, okay, sad. Then 2 successes.
As you begin to write the number and you complete it, you find that the chalk and your hand go through the chalkboard.
Oh, neat. Where do I find myself?
It's only like your hand in there, so you could pull it out if you wanted to.
But that's not what science is about, Nabs. We both know I'm putting my head in there.
Okay. You put your head through the chalkboard. As you were looking around and adjusting from this like green vision that you see going through this chalkboard, you see what looks to be an inverted version of the room that you are currently in. The difference is this room looks older. It looks more studious, more like an older college room would look. Almost like you've traveled through time.
After taking like a few moments to look around, does it... Do I feel like anything else? Like, does that, it otherwise just feels like normal? Or is it just any other like just detail that I can notice? Or is it just kind of like just the same?
If you would like to notice more, you would have to step in fully.
That's the thing about science. It is about risk, but it's not about unnecessary risk. Do I want to potentially step in on my own? If I call out, if I say, like if I'm poking my head in, I'll try and call out Caitlin and see if there's any reaction.
You do hear Caitlin report back to you and saying, Rosalind? And that's all you hear.
I think there's like an internal battle for a moment of wanting to just immediately rush in there to help, but there is the paranoia that kicks in that Rosalind often feels for almost any situation, thinking how this could potentially be a trap. This is very fishy, it's very strange. There's not any information known about this, there's no backup, there's no nothing, and Rosalind will just be kind of overwhelmed by these paranoid thoughts, will just pull back immediately and like grab everything that she has and just start running back towards the occult club.